Hey guys, so I want to do a quick little review here of the new Moto G up against the old Moto G, which has been a very loyal companion to me, and very happy with the device still. I think there was some things missing that the new Moto E 2015 did get, but I think Motorola have finally gotten around to putting those into the new Moto G here. So you can see both of them still look quite similar in terms of the form factor. Obviously the new Moto G comes with a little bit more premium design. You're getting a little bit more metallic there, but it doesn't feel like the most premium device that you'll ever have here. It just feels very solid. It's a little bit better than the plastic they use on the previous model. I do like the way they have made the back quite textured. Actually, it gives a very nice grip when using the device. We do have this dimple here as well for resting your finger in there, with this metallic area as well with the dual tone flash. So that's been a little bit of a change there, but the actual core look of the device very similar to the older model here. And the same can be said for the display, which I've not really noticed a huge difference really with the older models. Still a 720p display. You know, personally I would have liked a full HD, I think, you know, for 2015, but at the end of the day you can't complain really. It's still very nice when it comes to getting the job done. It's not the sharpest display though. I do notice a little bit of you know, pixels kind of cropping up because it is a 5-inch device, but nevertheless, you know, I think most people will be okay with it. It does come with some of the nice stuff that we are used to with the other Motorola handsets, such as the excellent Moto display, which comes up with all your notifications now. That was a solely lacking feature with the Moto G 2014. Which strangely enough the Moto E did get, and I was a bit annoyed about that, but we do have that now, which is quite nice. We do also have some new kind of things here you can do with the device, such as shaking it, which is obviously coming from the higher end models. You can also basically double chop, and that will turn on the very nice double LED flash there, and double chop again. There you go, and then it's off just like magic. So I think Motorola's additions are very nice here. They blend in very nice with the kind of stock build of the device, and I think the software you'll find very similar, to be honest. Not notice huge differences other than the fact that it's running Android 5.1.1 on the newer Moto G versus 5.0.2. You also get this dedicated Moto thing here, which you don't get on the older one. And then you can do quite a few things on there, but no voice activation, unfortunately. It doesn't seem that the Moto G has inherited that. But in regards to the other things here, we can talk about the actual speed of the device, and to be honest, I do notice it feels a little bit more nippier when doing things. You can see things come up that are a little bit more snappy. It's not a huge difference really. Snapdragon 410 is not a huge step up from the older one, but you can see definitely there is a boost of an oomph of speed here. I think people with the 1 gig Moto G might be wondering whether it's worthwhile, you know, upgrading to the 1 gig new Moto G, and I'd probably say no, to be honest, because it's not like a huge difference when it comes to the speed. The old Moto G is still very decent in that respect, but I think the real test will come when doing some like speed testing, which I will do with the device, to see how it compares against some others. Obviously the big change obviously is the camera, which is gone from 8 megapixel to 13 megapixel now, which is coming with some additional modes as well, which you don't find on the old Moto G here. So we can just have a look at that when we go into the settings here. So you can see we do get this night mode now, which is quite nice, and the ability to shoot in full HD, which is also quite good. So other than that, things do seem to be quite similar really. Both of them focus quite quickly. I think I've taken some HDR shots with the actual new Moto G, and it seems to take them a little bit quicker, which probably that's down to the hardware here. Obviously, you know, the more faster processor will lend to quicker kind of performance there. You can see there, long time for the HDR on the old model. And in regards to the other things, 8 gigs internal storage, which is a bit mean if you ask me. You know, I've been ranting and raving about this issue with other devices, and after downloading a few apps here, you can see I've only got 500 meg available. I have got a game on there as well, quite a big one, so you will be investing in a micro SD for this device, guaranteed. It's nice that they kept the front facing speakers as well, which were quite good on the older device. I'll probably do a dedicated test of them in another video. And other than that, obviously we do have the 2400 mAh battery, which so far seems to be holding up quite well here. You can see it's on 26%, and I have been playing with it quite a bit. But I think some people have been quoting 6 hours screen on time with the new Moto G, whereas the old Moto G was quite a stayer in itself actually. The one with the 4G capacity, because they upped the battery there quite nicely as well. So I think all in all here you can see that it's quite an incremental kind of upgrade here. If you've got an old Moto G like this one here, personally I'd say it's probably worthwhile sticking with this one, unless you're going for the 2 gig model of the new Moto G. I think the 1 gig model is not really a huge change really. Yes, you do come with some new stuff, such as the excellent gestures you can do now, which would, you know, at the end of the day, I think Motorola should have put those on this version. But other than that, I think the old Moto G is going to be a lot cheaper and still offers you pretty much the same kind of experience here. So I'll definitely be doing some other videos, obviously testing the performance though of the camera and the speed of the device, as well as a 2 gig model. So do stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this little comparison here, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.